Good evening. Welcome to I'm a Rasta for Life, the National Board of Comments on YouTube. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. I wanted to talk about something that I wanted to talk about because I think it's important. One of my friends, she's American. She married someone in Jamaica. And now she wants to do the paperwork to file for him. No problem. I'm not looking at she, but anyway. Here come the phone call. And then how much she has to pay a lawyer in order to fill out the petition. I've done these petitions not hundreds, but I've done them. Now the thing is this. In America, there's these things that you have to fill out. They're called applications. Everything you do here, there's an application. And what I notice is that a lot of people cannot fill out applications on the level that they're supposed to be on, which is you're supposed to be able to read and write. Just regular form. Just regular elementary, high school, read and write. You're supposed to be able to do that. Okay. Now when you're filing a petition, for the loved one in another country, and we're going to use Jamaica because we're Jamaicans. That petition is requiring you, the petitioner, to have the information about the person in Jamaica. Now, if that person is in Jamaica, what ones do not understand is there's a part of the petition where the petitionee is supposed to fill out, which is name, address, employment, date of birth, this, that, and so forth. The person who's filing is not supposed to sign that part of the petition, because when immigration gets that application in the US of A, they will forward that part for the person in Jamaica to sign. How do I know? Because when I completed that petition for her, and I was explaining to her that this is not for her to actually fill out, but you can do his name and so forth and so forth. Everything else is he has to put that information, because you really don't know. And if you're saying that he works and he doesn't, then you don't need to put any bandulu business there, because you're going to mess him up. Let him figure out what he's going to put there when they submit the paper to him. Okay. After she submitted the paperwork, I think no less than 2 weeks later, she called me and she says, "Oh, thank you so much, for helping me fill out." I said, "Well, I didn't help you fill out. I filled it out." "Well, no, I kind of told you." I said, "You didn't tell me anything. You only told me the name of the person and the parish that he's in. How are you going to take credit now, say it's you do the application? I was in shock. Well, you and I did it together. I said, no, we did not do it together. And if you're going to say we did it together, then that was again to tell me the name of the person and the parish. I said, because if you are now saying that you filled out this application, you don't need me in order to fill it out, but you called me and asked me to do it. So how is it now you know how to do the paperwork? I'm not looking at these people because they are illiterate. Anyway, when you're sponsoring another person into the US of A, there's an income capita, which means you have to be making a certain amount of money. Okay. Now, I'm not going to educate this person about that. Because when you try to tell people things, especially when they're getting ready to do something foolish, they don't want to hear anything from you. Intelligent people know that when you're sponsoring someone, there's an income requirement that you have to have. And if you don't meet that income requirement, then you're going to have to go asking people to also help attain that they will also take on the welfare of the person you're sponsoring, because the US government does not want to be the caretaker of this person you're sponsoring in America. So if you don't make the money that they require, they're going to let you know. When you submit your application and they've received your monies, they're going to let you know that you are not eligible because your income does not equate to their quota of how much money you have to make. When you're trying, or when you want to go and sponsor these people or these man and woman in a different country, there's a responsibility there, and it's not a joke. And because now they know there's a lot of arranged marriages where people are getting married in order to get visas and green cards and so forth, they've made it even stricter. So when you're sponsoring and when you're looking to sponsor loved ones and relatives and people you've met in Jamaica and you want to, get them to foreign, please remember it is not as easy as it looks. And there are requirements that have to be met before that person places his or her feet on US soil. So when it comes to these applications, a lot of people lose out on a lot of money because they cannot comprehend words. And when you read the application, you read the application from top, left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right. When you fill out an application, it's not prudent for you to leave anything blank. If there is an answer there that requires an answer, but it doesn't really need an answer because it doesn't apply to you, then you put not applicable. But don't leave it as an empty space. When it comes to applications, you must spell your first and last name correctly. And when it comes to applications, you have got to read first if they want your last name first or your first name last. When you do applications, you have got to remember to put your correct birth date and the proper spelling of your name, the proper spelling of your address. And everything that applies to you, educational wise, has to be complete. Address has to be complete. Employment has to be complete. Your health maintenance has to be complete. Your biometrics and so forth. Good? So when you do an application, it's wise to do it in black ink, and it's wise to read over the application first before you begin writing. Immigration papers are easy to do if you can read and write efficiently. People pay lawyers hundreds and hundreds of dollars because they cannot read and write properly. And they're scared that if they make an error, it's going to delay the application. It will. But you got people who will also help you fill out the application in immigration. So please leave a comment, and we can learn from each other about this immigration thing and applying. Please leave a comment. It would be greatly appreciated if you feel you want to say something. Please remember to press the subscription button, and I will be talking more about the immigration process and the paperwork that needs, to be done. But it's very easy. It's not hard to complete. When you do the petition, it's not. It's very easy. Anyway, have a good day, guys. On I'm a Rasta for Life, the National Board of Comments.